We spend a lot of time talking about massive, decentralized global ledgers like the blockchain. But if we switch our focus to physical storefronts on your local main street, their survival relies on a completely different kind of ledger. When a manager needs to make a highly localized decision, like whether they can afford to hire a new employee or take out a loan for a delivery van, they turn to Microsoft Excel. Excel functions as an open grid of cells, organized into vertical columns and horizontal rows. Everything typed into that grid falls into two main categories. First, you have labels, the text used to identify what you are looking at. Then you have values, the numbers, dates, and formulas that actively interact with one another. And this is where the modern manager runs into a problem. A busy storefront generates a chaotic pile of raw data every single day, from hundreds of individual sales transactions to constantly shifting inventory counts. Storing that data is easy. The actual challenge of running a business is actively transforming those thousands of raw numbers into a clear, profitable insight. The first step in that transformation is establishing structural control. Let's say a business needs to calculate monthly sales commissions for a team of employees. You start by multiplying one employee's total monthly sales by the company's commission rate. That creates a mathematical formula tucked inside a single cell. Excel uses something called relative referencing by default. If you grab that single cell and drag it down the column, the program automatically shifts the calculation downward, applying the same math to the next employee's sales. Here, the default setting backfires. Dragging the formula down forces the reference into empty rows, resulting in zeros on the left. On the right, we see the fix, absolute referencing. Adding $signs locks the calculation to that exact cell. With a few keystrokes, a manager can take a single mathematical rule and scale it accurately across thousands of rows of data in an instant. Once the structure is secure, a business can apply analytical muscle to much larger problems. Imagine the company wants to buy a $38,000 delivery van. To evaluate that expense, the manager selects an empty cell and types an equal sign. That specific symbol wakes up Excel's internal calculator. This demonstrates why the mathematical order of operations matters. Excel calculates multiplication before addition or subtraction. By adding parentheses to the same numbers, the program executes the subtraction first, dropping the final result from 5 down to 3. To figure out the cost of that van, the manager can use the PMT or payment function. The PMT function requires 3 specific inputs to work: the interest rate provided by the bank, the total number of monthly payments, let's say 48 months, and the total loan amount of $38,000. If you skip one of those inputs, or accidentally divide a number by 0, the program immediately throws an error code, like div/0 or value. Once the monthly payment is calculated, the manager can wrap that data in an if function. This creates a strict logical test. They instruct the software, if our projected monthly revenue is greater than this monthly payment, display the word approve. If not, display the word reject. By nesting these functions, a manager moves from calculating costs to setting up a logic gate that sorts those costs into pass or fail automatically. The final step in the data lifecycle is visualizing those outcomes, which is critical when dealing with massive spreadsheets like a retail store's inventory log. No human being has the time to read through 10,000 individual rows of data. Managers require instant visual cues to know where to direct their attention. This is accomplished through conditional formatting. This tool lets you set rules that automatically change a cell's appearance if the data inside it meets your exact criteria. If a toy store manager wants to clear out old stock, they can program the inventory sheet to highlight an item's cell in bright red if it has sat on the shelf for more than 12 months. In business conventions, red always indicates negative values, debits, or risks. Black and green are used to signify safe margins and profit. Setting these rules creates a high-contrast environment where a manager can spot exactly which toys are losing money without checking every individual cell. Excel is a highly flexible operating environment. By locking cell references to build structural control, using logical functions to calculate your costs, and applying conditional formatting to flag risks, a user controls the flow of information. These tools combine to create a powerful analytical sandbox. Instead of guessing what their customers want or hoping they have enough cash for payroll, A professional uses this software to surface the hidden insights that dictate exactly how their business survives and grows. Now, think about a local business you frequent, maybe a neighborhood coffee shop or a hardware store. What is a specific daily problem they face, and how could they use an if function or conditional formatting to solve it? Let us know your ideas in the comments below.